Are we gone?
Yep.
Welcome to Movie Rants, everyone. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go make some food.
Okay. Welcome to Movie Rants, and today we're trying something new. Instead of talking about movies, today we're going to be doing something new called Versus, where we're going to take two things and we're going to put them up against each other. Today we're going to do two popular superhero TV shows. The first one is The Flash, which is on the CW, and the second one is Gotham, which is on Fox, depending on where you live. Both of these shows are very popular. Well, I actually don't know how popular Gotham is, but Flash is very popular. And they're also both very different. So today we're going to do a two-part episode. For the first part, we're going to discuss seasons 1 and 2 and which one wins. And there will be 4 points, and the person with the most points wins. So, let's go with season 1. Season 1 of Gotham versus season 1 of Flash. So let's give an example of what happened in both seasons, and what is a pro and a con. For Flash, the pros are, well, it's really fun. The first season of Flash does something very different with the superhero TV show genre. It injects very bright happiness, bright colors, bright designs, bright powers, bright characters into it. It plays with what a superhero show should be. It's very much like watching a comic. There's obscure characters in there. A character like Captain Cold is finally being able to be seen in a live-action version. And The Flash itself has a great cast. A cast that is, much like the show, very bright and energetic. The plot of The Flash is very straightforward. It's Barry Allen, a forensics person at Star City? No, Star City's Arrow. Central City, my bad. A CSI person at Central City gets struck by lightning and he's gifted with powers. Glorious, glorious powers. And the rest of the show is him learning to deal with those powers, combating the new metahumans, and trying to stop the person who killed his mother. Very straightforward, very straightforward. And it shows you what the show's going to be like. He runs into some very memorable foes, like Captain Cold, Heatwave, and the Reverse Flash, as well as a fully CGI character as Gorilla Grodd. Oh boy. That is obscure, and it worked wonderfully. So those are the pros of The Flash. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It still gives good character drama. It's memorable, and all the characters work well as an ensemble. But the main lead, Grant Gustin, does a phenomenal job with his character. What are the cons? Well, a lot of the villains are very forgettable. Do you remember The Mist? I do. It was Anthony Carrigan. But he shows up for 2 episodes, and, well, then he's gone. There's other ones that no one remembers, because The Flash had the problem where it did a Villain of the Week format, but it really didn't remember its villains. The villains weren't really cool. Now, there's some that got developed, like Captain Cold or the Reverse Flash, but the majority of the villains were just very fillerish. Well, that's really everything that was wrong with The Flash Season 1. Now, let's jump to my personal favorite superhero show, Gotham. And let's lay some tough honesty here. Season 1 of Gotham was awful. The show, what was its plot? I guess it was James Gordon living in Gotham and becoming a cop and a detective. Meeting all sorts of weird characters, such as future Catwoman, who likes cats. They actually probably say that. The main problem with Season 1 of Gotham was the fact that it lacked subtlety to its characters. Every now and then there was like a really, not even a subtle nod, like a baseball to the head nod about what a character was like. Oh! Such as Edward Nygma, who shows up for all of 5 minutes every episode, comes in and says a riddle. And then you can practically see the executive producers of Gotham off in the sidelines yelling, "Good, got it, great, good." The characters of Gotham aren't given enough space to be characters. A lot of them are chained to their future people. As well as Gordon himself in Season 1 isn't a particularly fascinating lead. He's too good. He follows the rules too much. And his vendetta to take down the corruption doesn't sit as very interesting to watch. However, even the plot of Gotham doesn't work very well. There's too many side conflicts and side plots, and there was too many characters. Whereas The Flash had a good ensemble of characters that worked well together, Gotham didn't. There are characters who showed up for the first half that never showed up again. There's characters who showed up for an episode that never showed up again. The two characters of Renee Montoya and Alan Young show up for the first half of the season of Gotham, but you know what? They never show up again. Gotham's main and just very easy to spot problem is it didn't know what to do with itself. Did it want to be a superhero show, or did it want to be a crime drama with realism? However, Gotham's main, and still its main emphasis that it did fantastically, was its villains. Now sure, it had the one episode villains who weren't very remarkable, but what Gotham did that Flash doesn't do is it played the long game with its villain. The Penguin, played by Robin Lord Taylor, was the most amazing thing to watch. You watch as Oswald Cobblepot starts off as literally an umbrella boy for a powerful Gotham mobster, and you watch as he grows throughout the season. And honestly, unlike other villains in the show, he's really relatable. You feel bad for him. You watch as he struggles, you watch as he fights, and you want him to win. That's something that a lot of shows have a hard time doing, is creating a central villain character who you feel for. In season 1, Gotham loses to the Flash. Mainly because Flash kept itself streamlined, it didn't allow too many side plots, it had a good ensemble, and it was a lot of fun to watch. So now it's season 2. Let's start with Flash again. What were the pros of this season? It introduced the multiverse. It introduced more characters. We had Jay Garrick come in. We had a new villain named Zoom. We had Patty and some other fun ensemble characters who joined the cast. As well as we had Barry's new character arc, which was trying to get faster. That's relatable, right? Maybe if you're a track athlete. Once again, Flash did what it did best. It was fun to watch. It took obscure comic moments and it played them out for the audience. Not only did we get another Gorilla Grodd episode with he was being fully CGI'd and sent to a different multiverse where there's an entire city of sentient gorillas, we also got a fully CGI'd character in King Shark, as well as a new Harrison Wells, his daughter Jessie, and more speedsters. So season 2 of The Flash was a lot of fun. And Cisco got powers now. He turns into Vibe, and that's a great character arc as well. Where does Flash season 2 fall short? It falls short where the Flash always falls short, in its villain. Unlike Reverse Flash, who had a good character arc and had a very interesting reason to be the villain, Zoom is very, very lame. His character arc isn't described very well. His backstory is hard to get into. As well as they do another reveal in this film, in this show, that doesn't work as well as the season 1 reveal. As well as villain-wise, some episodes in the show are used to set up Legends of Tomorrow. So they rush some characters off of the season so that they can put them in another show, which kind of ruins some of the tension. And that's what season 2 of The Flash didn't do a really good job with. Both Captain Cold and Firestorm are quickly pushed off of the show so that they can be put in Legends. So The Flash kind of failed with its pacing too, as well with its overall message of what the show was supposed to be about in season 2. Barry's getting faster problem isn't really interesting. It's not provoking to the audience. He comes off as extremely whiny, and that's not a good character. However, all the new things with the multiverse is a lot of fun, and it does do what The Flash does really well. It adds fun. Let's get to Gotham Season 2. What are the pros? Well, I can say with all honesty, it literally fixed everything wrong with Season 1. And I mean literally. Yeah, there's some things that were still bad, but in general, Gotham fixed itself amazingly. It did 3 things really well. It gave longer arcs for its villains. It gave Gordon an actually good arc that not everyone liked, but it was a better arc than Season 1. And it improved upon its plot. It did its best to streamline a plot for a lot of characters. You have a Gordon plot, and you have a Bruce plot, and then you have an Nygma plot. For Season 1 was very much the rise of the Penguin. Season 2 is very much the rise of the Riddler. And that is some of the most fun you will ever watch in a show. Edward Nygma, who in Season 1 was one of the most annoying, pointless characters in any superhero show, became one of the most fascinating, relatable characters in Season 2. His downfall, and not even downfall, more of his spiral into darkness, with his double persona and his descent into insanity is extremely fascinating to watch. As well as the Penguin clambering now onto the top of Gotham's crime world, now he has to deal with that power. He has to deal with people attacking him from all sides, and even losing some battles and being sent to Arkham. And on the subject of Arkham, Season 2 of Gotham brought in something even better. Arkham Asylum / Indian Hill, where we get to meet one of the best casting choices of all time, B.D. Wong as Hugo Strange. If you've ever played Arkham City, think of B.D. Wong as practically the Arkham City version of Hugo Strange, except that he really likes holding out syllables when he speaks. But no, B.D. Wong is a fascinating, and Indian Hill allows for Gotham to go into something new, being a superhero TV show. It embraces the obscurity and the weirdness of superhero TV shows. We have a character like Jerome come in, who is practically the Joker, but they won't go out and say it yet. And he gets to be over the top. He gets to be eccentric. We get to have a character like Mr. Freeze come in for an arc, and he's fascinating. He gets a good character arc, much like his character arc in Batman the Animated Series. So all in all, Season 2 did something better. It added more villains, and it layered them. It gave them personalities beyond just one-episode villains. Its overall plot of having monsters invade Gotham, whether those monsters be the Maniacs, or Firefly, or Mr. Freeze, or Azrael, who comes in the second half of Season 2 as well. Season 2 of Gotham is better than Season 1, because it embraced what it was. Same thing with The Flash, though. The Flash took what it was so good at doing in Season 1, and it improved upon it in Season 2. In the end, Season 2 goes to both. It's a tie, because both shows improved upon themselves. Personally, I liked Season 2 of Gotham more, because I like Gotham, that's my show. So, in the future, we're going to get a part 2 of this, where we look at Season 3 of both shows so far, and then in overall who wins. Subscribe, comment what you'd like to see compared to each other. It can be a movie, it can be a TV show. Heck, we can even do fan films if you want. Ooh. But hey, subscribe, comment, and like for more content.